Hey everyone, welcome back to more Star Dynasties. I'm DisturbingPuppet. So as you can see, we've become a sprawling league, not really an empire. We only really have this central area under our control. So we have expanded quite aggressively out here into this section of the galaxy. It is a bit broken up into odd little groups. My vassals can fight each other and kind of get this worked out a little bit. We are maxed out on vassals. That is a bit of an issue. What I can do if I want to make some space next time might be to hand off Desheba. It would be great if this little faction here that broke off of the Burnett's would get conquered, and then that would kind of take care of one as well. But we could hand off Desheba to somebody else. That might be something I do anyway. I don't think I've got the actions to do it at this point. Let me see. We have built a few things here to just kind of help things out. So we can offer to the Lins or to Burnett. We would want to hand it to the Burnett's, not to the Lins, of course. Doesn't take much, actually. We're at max. Unless I need it, I'm going to hold off. If I don't use actions, we just get extra cash for it, so that's kind of fine. Now, we have spent a huge amount of cash on mercenaries to kind of make all this work, but hopefully we'll get our money back from taxation and stuff going on. Now, with the Lindsays breaking up, next turn I think we'll ask and see if we can get the Lindsays in. There's a chance that they'll enter if we do. And a chance for expansion out here possibly could be that the Warners, so the Warner Dominion out here, their capital is only a couple jumps away from one of our bases. That's not mine, but it's, part of our league. So we could hire a bunch of mercenaries to go down here. Just out of curiosity, how much of a fleet do you have, buddy? Because they've actually, I think they've attacked 47 Ursa Majoris like 3 times recently and have failed. They still have a good amount of ships. What about here? You are down to only 2 ships to 2 ships. So possibly, because they're at war with them. He hasn't asked me to join the war, but we could potentially do that. If they've got a claim, so that's the Hunt Dominion. Probably the war started before these guys were part of our league, so that might be why we didn't get asked to come in, would be my guess. But yeah, I don't know if they can hold this territory much longer. If they get attacked again, they're probably going to lose it, because they just don't have much left, and these guys do have some fleet. I don't see that I have a way... Like, if they make a claim... Yeah, I might have to look into that. What we can do, we might have to fabricate a claim. So the Hunts have a claim on Akul, which is way up there, which is kind of weird because they don't have claims on the intervening territories. Strange. So we could press that as a way to go to war with the Hatfields and take them over. Just a couple jumps away, but we're kind of out of cash at the moment, so let's not worry about it. All right, we're going to hit end turn. We'll see what happens. Probably all kinds of weird stuff. At this point, there's so many weird family relationships and requirements for justice for different spots. All kinds of stuff happens at the end of each turn. But yeah, if I don't burn extra actions, we just get some extra cash, so it's not a huge thing. Another uprising. There's been a couple uprisings down here in the last few turns. Typically, they get defeated. Conrad Lindsay gave guardianship of a Lindsay to one of the Lins for some money. Okay, sure. The Lins are kind of isolated. The Clarks are kind of isolated. Archon, Keon Burke wants control of the Hunt Dominion. What will he ask for in return? So he wants the Hunts. I'm going to say absolutely not. Why is this? Yeah, he'll just really like us. That's all this is. If you would give me something else or give me a boatload of money, sure, but I'm going to say no. Okay, so the Carries have broken away from the Tanners because of some goofy claim issues regarding Anka, which I'm not even sure where that is. So it's kind of one of those things that as the relationships get more and more complicated, and you have these different little balkanized groups, they'll sometimes will break off because, well, part of my distant cousin has a partial claim on this planet and they're not in charge of it, so I'm mad and I want you to fight over it. And they're like, no. And this, okay, fine, I'm going to rebel. And another one broke off. So Tien Quan also just broke off. So nobody's really happy with the Tanners, apparently. And the Tanners, who were looking quite strong, have now lost half their planets. They could reclaim them. All right. So Noala McIntyre charges with avenging another McIntyre's crime, the annulment of someone's marriage. It's not severe enough to put me under obligation. So you are in charge up there. You're down here, but you're both McIntyres? Yeah. Yeah, I'm under no obligation. I'm just going to leave it. It's fine. I could pass it along to the Burnett's and they might do something about it. Okay, so Filbert Castillo is offering guardianship of his heir, maybe? Someone in the family, Luam Castillo. I don't really want to be the ward of somebody else. I would rather have myself be available. I just got done being the ward for someone for the farmers. Then again, like, it could be... Oh, you're like in our direct territory. I'm going to say no. Because there are other people in my direct family that are going to come of age and need wards, like mentors soon. You want control of the Raymond territories. They were actually quite strong, and you are quite small. You're willing to give me 280 bucks, but that is not worth it. Absolutely not. So you are charging us with avenging Duke Niren Parker, who's in the Parker Alliance. Crime, the annulment of somebody else. I'm under no obligation. I don't know if there's anything I can really do about it. We can say to him that he should do something about it. Yeah, let's do that. Pass the buck. Like, you should do something about that whole issue. So, let me guess. You are rebelling. I don't know why this happens, or people rebel and they're like, hey, you're going to help us, right? Like, I've never helped people rebel against anyone else. I don't understand why you would think I would do that. Unless you're part of my direct family and we're taking somewhere over, absolutely not. The Baroness wants support against the rebellion. We will help in that case. Just double checking. You are the defender. Yes, okay. Yeah. Rebellion failed. Duke Lindsay wants control of the Arlanos. Absolutely not. You will give me a ton of money, but that's not worth it. You're attacking Aldib, because these guys did break away, so that kind of makes sense, sure. We've taken Aldib. You want support in Rigel. What's going on? Oh, Rowdy's trying to take back Rigel. I'm absolutely not going to help that, no. Not getting involved in internal politics. Okay, Rigel's taken care of, so that's going to help us out. Jordan Alliance is done. Let's see. So, you're a Conley, but you're in charge of the Cunningham. So you're upset with my vassal because my vassal is fighting your vassal. It'll be slightly offensive if I don't do anything about it. My options... Tell you what, I might levy a small fine. Yeah, I'll do that. Make her a little bit upset, but it's like, yeah, I did something. charge her, give me $10. All right, we've got another child in the family. Orleans is a very odd name. We'll do something a little different. Welcome, Joan. Another baby. You want another child? I'm going to say no at this point. You just had a child. You're literally asking for another right away. So you are ill, Vaughn, our daughter-in-law. She's pretty good at tech. We have a decreased chance of getting sick and increased chance of recovering naturally, but we might want to make sure she doesn't die or anything. Okay, Duke Carney, or Carey, rebelled against Kenyon. True, he just did that. That is correct. I just saw that happen. I can go up to a large... Sure, let's levy a large fine on him. He's not happy about it, but that's all I'm going to do. Nope, she is attacking Tien Quan. So she's in charge of the Tanners, even though she's a Phillips. It's very confusing at this point. Again, it's vassals fighting vassals, so I am not getting involved. You want support? Same thing. It's vassals fighting vassals. I'm not getting involved. You failed. That's unfortunate. Okay, let me guess. You're rebelling. No. Baron... Who are you fighting? Yeah, it's got to be just a rebellion. I wish it would be a bit more clear if it's a rebellion, but I'm pretty sure that's just a rebellion. Yeah. Rebellion crushed. Okay, so the guy in Nair al-Saif is again offering to join us. So he wants to leave the Arlanos and join us specifically under our direct control. He offered this before. I'm going to say no. I don't really have any interest in having control of the system. Arcab is the one that has the terraforming stuff on it. Actually, I really need to Google that and see what we can do to progress that story. I'm assuming it's got to be events, but I don't know for sure. I don't really have any interest in taking this over. He might rebel against the Arlanos if I don't, but yeah, I'm not interested. Who is coming to visit? You're a diplomat. You're a not very good diplomat. You're part of House Kirk in our territory. So someone else did find out that we have some cloaking technology. Timothy Scrooge has been acting strangely. This is kind of later to the last event that was going on. I can follow him. I know I promised, he says, stopping by your quarters. Perhaps something vital came up. Another time, perhaps. Follow him on his next excursion, or he can do what he likes. I'm going to let him keep doing whatever. You're in the depths of the station on a jury inspection when you spot Timothy Scrooge in the distance. He glances around furtively and slips through a hatchway. What is he doing? There's nothing here but rusting passages, yawning halls, and that old listening post. Listening post which he is just headed towards, you realize. As you approach the listening post, your fears are realized. Through the hatchway, you see Timothy Scrooge hunched over the listening post in the dark. Has he been accessing it without your knowledge? What might he have learned? Your hand goes to the sidearm below your cloak. Timothy, what are you doing? Oh, Michiko, I found this amazing library of spy thrillers. They're so entertaining, I've been sneaking off to read them. I am sorry. May I recommend a few? So, I shouldn't have suspected him, so opinion goes up. I must remain vigilant. What else is going on under my nose? We get bonus to security. I mean, a security bonus is nice. I mean, you're not that important for me to worry about how much, you love me, so it really doesn't matter. I'll pick this because it really shouldn't matter for a relationship, just to get the extra bonus. Whispers within Al Khafra. I feel like there's more stuff down here. Have reached your son-in-law's spies. Archon Paulus Conley's fleet is exposed and vulnerable to sabotage. Your spy network could infiltrate the docking bays and leave them a surprise. I'm not really interested in messing with them. Not at this point, anyway. So I can visit the, what is it? Necropolis. So that's something we can do. So that guy was deposed, who was down there in Rigel. Okay, some marriages. Anything else? Different claims going on. People demanding claims all over the place. What's going on up here? Flare-up of dissent twice. Okay, that's kind of problematic. Your unrest is really high. I might have to do something about that. Anything? Stricklands and the Lindsays are now at peace. So they were actually fighting. Interesting. I don't think I saw any fighting going on over here. Karen Lindsay has nerfed whipped some unfortunate person in retaliation for the rebellion in Solifat. Okay. Person who was there, he's been deposed. Since they've got this baby, this would be a really good time. If we could get the Lindsays to join us, that would be fantastic. I do have room. We can still give away Desheba down here if we want to, which I might do, but only when we kind of need it. Let's see. You do like me quite a lot. Might accept if we ask politely. I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot and see. He wants 320 bucks. Sure. We can do that. He's become our vassal. All right, we've expanded through cash. Cold, hard cash. So we finally have the Lindsays, most of them anyway. So the Lindsays will still be at war with the Polonevs, so that expansion will be helpful. Potentially. I don't know how strong the Raymonds are. We did fight a big war against them, and we destroyed some of their stuff. So, like, if they want to go to war with the Hatfields or something, that's fine. I'm worried about the Warners taking over the Hunts, but I can't really do much about it at the moment. So I think what we'll do, where was that? That's in Arcturus. We'll visit the Necropolis. We'll hold a memorial because it just gets me more fame and likability and points for bloodlines and stuff. Nothing crazy. We're weak in 94 Aquiari. Assuming that's somewhere out here. Maybe not. Is it down in the Lindsays? No. No, it's on the border with the Linds. I don't think that's a big threat. Because we do have a bit of a problem up here on the capital, we might want to move somebody who is currently quelling unrest somewhere. So I'd like to see. He's up there. I wish it would just show me like the current unrest. So he's unrest is 0. We definitely don't need you doing that anymore. Beta Virginus is over here somewhere, I think. Yeah. It's still pretty high. New Ophiuchi. We could stop that as well. How are things just generally? I don't really have to worry about... I should probably move some of my diplomatic corps around too. Wow, Saddle Melik is bad. Okay. I'm gonna have to do something there. Um, yeah, send my sister-in-law out there. Travel if you have to. Get that under control. So with her presence there, it's going to go down quite a bit. I don't know if actions left to assign my heir, but we probably want to do something out here. Alhena is okay. If anything's like above 30, I don't mind necessarily having somebody quelling unrest. It does cost me money to do that, but it's pretty negligible. Okay, we do have a bunch of bonuses here going on. That's only one more turn for our technology bonus. We do have cloaked ships. 5 more turns for military bonus. 5 more turns. So a lot of these are going to expire soon, which is unfortunate. Well, there's only so much we can do. We only have so many actions. So again, let's run it and see what happens. We do want to do something up there. Sudden Law reported that Conley spread descent on Alcafra. But aren't you? Oh no, he's a baron down here in the Lopez Confederation. But isn't the guy in charge is a Conley, isn't he? I would have sworn, yeah, the guy in charge of Alcafra is a Conley. Weird. They're just separate little factions. They have a little bit over there, too. Trade hub repaired. Shuttle hangar repaired. Populist movement in Yilden is demanding the colony become part of the Burnett sector. Not my problem, it's a problem for the farmers. Orkhan Burke has invited us to attend a feast for Duke Neron Parker. So the last time I went to a feast, the head of my administration was assassinated. So, and I got injured in the contest. I am going to accept anyway, though. I will participate, I guess. I'm a little bit nervous after everything that happened last time. All right. Eloise Raymond. Yeah, fight normally. It's fine. Escobar. So also within my own territory. We fight normally. Kenley Pace. So you're from outside. Your security stat has me a little nervous, potentially you being a spy or something, but you're mainly a tech person. So we'll fight normally. Defeat. Going to fight Karan, the Baron himself. I don't even remember what is my military. We're up to 79 now, so we're pretty evenly matched. Pretty close. He defeated us. Fine. He won, but we also performed admirably, so we get a little bit of notoriety. Why was he invited? I demand you escort him out at once. Duke Pulev's face has turned a furious shade of puce, his finger raised and pointing at Duke Karan Lindsay. The mutual dislike is well known. Other guests hasten out of the path of the threatening digit. Might I remind you, Duke Karan Lindsay quips, that I have as much right to be here as you. Isn't he the one throwing the event? Or no, it's you who are mad. Yes, this guy's mad at this guy. I mean, they are at war, so I understand. But I was invited. At a nod, Archon Burke's head, a guard grabs Duke Karan Lindsay and propels him towards the door. You cannot be in earnest. I'm your guest. How could you? The feast in honor of Neron Parker was a large success, and guests depart in fine humor, despite that whole ugly scene. Duchess Strickland declared war on the Tanner Coalition, pressing someone's claim to rule Omicron Piscium, like Omicron Persei from Futurama, as always it comes to mind, in retaliation for unseating Kimberly Arellano from the rule of the Arellano clan. So the old Arellano clan Tanner feud is going on, but it's inside my territory. That's fine. As long as you're both still part of the league, I don't care. Fight each other if you want to. Tanners are looking kind of weak. You want control of the Carey faction. So this little new group that's popped up over here. In exchange for the Floyds? I mean, that's not awful, I suppose. I lose 2 systems, but gained 3. There's no guarantee they would take it. It would give me a way to really push into absorbing the Clarks up here. I would lose territory. I don't like losing territory. The way the star lines connect, it's kind of okay because we would have access if they gave us this, but it's kind of limited access. But we could make a push back in. Yeah, I would only do it for the Floyds, maybe. I'm not even sure it's worth it. I don't know. It's just these. I'm gonna say no. I don't think she would have given us the Floyd Federation anyway. Mitch wants support, Combat, and Yilden. What are you doing? Are you leading a rebellion? I have a feeling he's leading a rebellion. Yep, he is. Yeah, I have to refuse. I'm not helping you rebel against the Baroness there. The last time he was in charge of Yilden, he sort of took over a little bit of extra space here and then got crushed by the farmers. Okay, he's revealing information just to cause problems. With the lens, mainly, not a huge issue. So you want support. Seems like I'm kind of owed it. I could just refuse. He's got a pretty sizable fleet, actually. The last time he was in charge, he did cause me a bunch of problems. He is related to me. He's like my cousin or something, I think. My first cousin. Stop rebelling. I'm going to help put the rebellion down. So the rebellion fails. He's going to be unhappy with me, but so be it. So medium taxes over there in the Lindsay quadrant, find. Okay, Karen, Lindsay, has charged us with avenging a Strickland's crime, rebellion against the Lindsays. That was quite a while ago, I think. So the Stricklands are a big chunk of this Warner Dominion over here. I can declare war just on the Stricklands. It could cause the whole group to come in, though, on the war. Their capital's quite close. We could try to just take it out. I'm just going to tell their Archon to deal with it. He might not. If he doesn't, that's fine. And he's also charged us with avenging their Archon's crimes, which are what? Refusal to avenge someone's crimes, refusal to avenge crimes. All I can do is declare war or ignore it. I'm not interested in declaring war at this particular moment. So the Lindsays are trying to consolidate. Most likely they'll succeed. Yep. So they're gone, so we get that back. He's still at war with the Stricklands, I think, though. Poliv Quadrant are gone. He's invited us to attend a feast for the end of the war. Sure. I will participate. Which is a bit risky, of course. So we're going to fight him first. This time I defeated him. I'm going to fight Kimmy. Baron Lindsay. Should be a win. Isu Strickland, so fighting a Strickland. We're about more evenly. He's actually really good stats, honestly. Across the board, quite good. He beats us. But we did quite well, so we get some fame and renown as well. The whole gathering moves to an observation deck to watch Duke Kuron Lindsay's armada sweep past. For what seems like an age, ship after ship glides past the viewing dome like sleek leviathans through the oceans of the void. The feast in honor of the end of the war between the Lindsay Quadrant and the Pulev Quadrant was a large success. The guests depart in fine humor. Okay, that's you. So this is the guy that was trying to get us to take him. He has given allegiance to the Burnett's in exchange for some money. Fine. He just didn't really want to be part of the Arlanos, it seems like. You, all the way down there in 94, Akriara, are offering allegiance. Yeah, I'm not interested in taking control of something not even connected to anything else that I control. Hopefully, she could potentially break off and join the Lins, which could be a bit of a problem. So, Paulus Conley is requesting control of the Burnett sector for repayment of a past favor. I don't even remember what it was. Probably something not that big. You want the entire Burnett sector? Absolutely not. The Burnett sector is huge at this point, and a massive part of my defenses. I am absolutely not going to do that. Another baby. We'll modify that slightly and make it Lloyd. Babies popping up all over the place at this point. So, Mizram. So even all the Tanners want out. Everyone wants out of the Tanner coalition. They were stronger at one point. I was actually in charge of Mirzam at one point, but I gave it to the Tanners. They were a separate faction, and then I had to kind of crush them to hand them over to the Tanners just to reduce my vassals, but it's escalating again because things are breaking up. I'm not interested. Got a Lin, who's definitely a diplomat. Another mysterious box. I opened the last one. I'll open it again. More remarkable gifts. 15 more credits. Like the third or fourth one's going to be poison or something. The first two have been just cash. So changes in inheritance. Yeah, all kinds of goofy stuff going on over there. I might have to give away Desheba here. So some of her ships have disappeared on patrol. Someone was deposed down there. We do... What was it up here? Oh, there's a Radalung outbreak. That's unfortunate. I think we need to quell unrest, but I really don't want to send my son if there's a Radalung outbreak. We could send Chill. Yeah, let's send Chill. Travel if you have to. That's fine. Go to the Radalung outbreak and take care of unrest over there. Okay. I probably can change some diplomatic stuff. I don't necessarily need to be improving relations with the Lindsays because we kind of moved on. You are probably mad at me slightly. Opinion's fine. Okay. Who am I diplomatically working on improving relations with? Duke Lindsay, probably not as big of an issue anymore now that they're part of our league. Yeah, we can stop that. That's fine. He likes us enough. We want to see Archon, Archon, Archon. We only work on Archons. Are you... Okay, so the Clarks are actually being run by Blackwells at this point. They've just married into everybody. We do have 2 spy networks going. So working on the Lens. We're working on the Clarks. And then the Burks over here as well. But they're probably the biggest one that I would have a view at maybe making a push onto. Kelly Raymond gorged herself during the feast. I mean, that's not great. Control yourself. We're at 53 systems. That's crazy. Actually, how close are we? So if we get 5 more, we just win. Because we have, like, most of the universe, the habitable universe, under our control. We do have places we can rebuild as well. I don't really have enough cash at the moment. Speaking of that, why not? Why don't I have enough cash? I feel like we should be getting a ton of money. So we're getting 148 gross. So yeah, we got 146 last time. I just had spent so much, I guess. Justice. We have an obligation to punish the Burks. Yeah, I don't think we want to go to war with them necessarily. So the Lindsays. Okay, you're not at war with them anymore. I would have sworn somebody was. Our Alanos are at war with the Tanners. Aren't you guys at war with the Tanners? I guess not. Yeah, they are. It's just not showing for some reason when I clicked on the carries. Yeah, there. Now it's working. So the Tanners are at war with our Alanos and with the carries. Not great. That's still Tanner. Got the little Galloway Alliance down here. Their one little system. Because they gave away a bunch of planets to the Arlanos, which are now mostly part of the Burnett's. Your capital is not in a great spot, I would have to say. We're not over limit, so I don't feel like I have to give away a Deshubba, but if I was going to try to get somebody else to join, we definitely need to give away Deshubba. I'm kind of hoping some consolidation happens. So Chill Scrooge's health is recovered. Yeah, Ratalong is spreading. So we've got a diplomatic, military, and construction that we can do. We work on improving relations out here. I feel like these guys would be an easy pickup for 3 systems. Potentially. View of us is okay. If I could just get a little, like a few more systems, if I could get the lens, for example, under our control, that would be it. We'd be done. No, don't offer vassalage. Just to take a look and see what potentially we could get. I don't know that we have any claims down on the lens necessarily. The Diaz Alliance. Where's the Diaz Alliance? It's the Woos, the Cunninghams, the Villas. I don't even see where the Diaz Alliance is. Somebody's got a claim. Hunt Dominion has a claim on O'Cool. Lindsay's have a claim on Mechbunda. Where's Mechbunda? Up there. Yeah, that's weird because there's like multiple systems in the way. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, too bad it's all just internal. I would like some of these guys to expand on their own and eat some of the neighbors. Would honestly be good, like the Raymonds, but they're kind of dealing with a massive plague, and we kind of destroyed most of their fleet to get them under our control. I wouldn't mind them eating the Hatfields out here. Well, I guess if we're going to improve relations, maybe down here with these guys, because he did get mad at me just recently. So we can improve relations. Send Thad out to do that. If we need to quell unrest somewhere, we can do that. And then building something, maybe. Explosion out there. Desheba probably could use something. Is there anything cheap? Nothing great. Nothing that really helps us. Is there anything inside our territory that helps us? A bit pricey, but we can. Wazin. Yeah, some cover-up secrets, that kind of thing. Nothing too exciting. Repair, installation, not bad also. Working on some stuff up here. Yeah, I don't really want to spend that much. Like 60 creds is about all I really want to spend on building anything up anywhere. And I don't want to send people where there's an outbreak, so we'll hold off on that. I feel like you guys are quite weak out here. What do you have on your capital? Okay, you've built a good amount of stuff. What about this system? You know what? I'll throw a communications hub out there, sure. Got somebody, don't I? I swear I have somebody who can build. Yeah, my son. I thought I had somebody else, though. Yeah, daughter-in-law. Daughter-in-law. There's also quite a bit of unrest out there. 73. I might send my son out there, too, just to quell unrest. They can go on a little trip out to the edge of the league. The Burnetts are at war with the Villas, but I don't see them really pressing the war much. They did take care of this whole situation in Rigel, so maybe now they'll try to do something. How's your fleet looking, anyway? You have about 24 ships. Kit Alpha got 15-ish. Yeah, I don't really have a good way to get involved in that. Once the leagues start fighting, it's more of an issue, but vassals fighting each other. So this is nice if they could actually make a push. Especially since their capital's down here, so they could probably take Kit Alpha and be okay. Do I want to give them Desheba? That is the question. First cousin's daughter is out here in charge. We are maxed out. But being maxed out isn't really a problem unless we have something else we're ready to take, which we really aren't at this point. And we still have Marley. We've tried to get him married a few times, and people have always said no. So I'm kind of just leaving it for the moment. But if I've got nothing else to do, I guess I could. But if I don't, I get more cash. So I do like cash. We're Scrooges after all. I think we'll just hold off. Is this going to trigger next turn? 2 turns. Okay. Let's hit end turn and see what kind of craziness happens. We're going to get more and more demands for like, hey, I want that. I want that. Explosion up in Zubin Al-Akab. So House Clark just lost some ships. Interesting. I should take a look at Maybe they've got too much other people up there. I don't think they would willingly join us, but Lady Burke wants support in the combat at Algiba. So you are rebelling. I am going to say nope. Rebellion failed. Barry Farmer inherited Yilden. What? What happened to the people down there? Okay, Duchess Queenie Strickland wants support in the combat at Omicron Piscium, so I think it must be the Arlanos. No, yeah, the Arlanos are attacking Omicron Piscium. But again, it's vassals fighting vassals. I'm not getting involved. You want support, so the Tanners now want support. But again, I'm not really supposed to get involved in vassals fighting vassals. Okay, so Omicron Piscium has been taken. Tanners are getting weaker and weaker at the expense of the Arlanos. Oh, that was their capital, so what's left becomes ours, which is just Arkab, I think. Oh, and Mirzam. Tanner Coalition conquered. Weird. Don't have to worry about avenging crimes. Claude Whitehead has broken allegiance with Lynn Collective and has pledged Homom to the Swanson Dominion. So now there's a separate little faction out here. So the Lynns have broken apart for the first time in a very long time. They've been very stable. That we could maybe pick up. Duke Bevis Wilkinson has invited us to attend a feast for his coronation. Sure. Again, I'll participate myself. Going to fight Callista Snyder. She's actually quite a good fighter. She defeated us. We did not do that well, so that's fine. Your son is stuffing his mouth with whatever comes to hand. His mouth is a cascade of beef and pork, luxury synth meats crafted for only the finest banquets, most discerning gourmands. These delicacies are crammed into his maw with the finesse of a garbage compactor. He has gained the trait greedy. Your son is very ill. I thought he died for a second. He ate too much. And your husband stumbles into the banquet hall disheveled and confused. I got turned around and found myself in the slums. A bunch of rough types found me. They were very nice, helped me find my way home. But has anyone seen my robe or my purse? Lost some credits. The feast in honor of Bevis Wilkinson's coronation was a large success, and the guests depart in fine humor. Baroness Lane Olson wants support in the combat out here. You are the Baroness. Must be a rebellion. Yeah. We will help you fight your rebellion. Rebellion failed. Now, if you help the wrong side, it can be a bit of a problem. Alright. Bevis Wilkinson charged us with avenging the Burke's crime, the disinheritance of an unknown person. It's not enough to put us under obligation. All I can do is declare war. We're not going to do that. Although it is a good excuse. So some dissent was spread for the Warners. Okay. Another feast for Duchess Jennifer Fuentes. I'm not sure why, but okay. I'll participate. Going to fight Shauna. Easy. Commissioner Sana Hatfield. He's a spy for sure. Defeated us. That's weird because his military stats quite so low. I wonder if security must have an impact on that too. Our security is not bad. We'll fight Pearly Hatfield. Wait, I thought I lost. Yeah, she defeated us as well. We didn't even do that well. It's fine. The feast in honor of Duchess Jennifer Fuentes was a large success. Guests depart to find humor. Fine. We failed to avenge the crime, the war against the Raymond territories. She's a bit unhappy with us. We might need to do something about that. I don't like her being that unhappy. Baron Kenny McIntyre is offering allegiance. So you're here in Mirsam? No, not interested in running Mirsam. So Baroness Pineda is offering guardianship of Yule Pineda. I'm going to say no. Your son is asking for permission to try for another child with your daughter-in-law. Don't you have multiple kids? It's saying I should. They only have one child, I guess. So, okay, this is my second son. Yeah, that's fine. Not my heir. They look kind of similar. Negotiator Leverett Poole wants to be you to be their secret lover. No. Oh, I guess we did trigger the event. I thought it said 2 turns. My science teams have been cataloging planetoids in Sulafat, so over here in the Lindsay's. What looked like a ring-shaped asteroid orbiting Sulafat 4 is actually a man-made metal structure, a gigantic ring rotating to simulate gravity, presumably created by pre-collapse scientists. The megastructure is in ruins, but a few sections could be repaired. So we'll repair it when we have the resources to house the commoners of Sulafat. Adds Ringworld trait to Sulafat. We lack the means for the project, just scavenge it. Some extra credits. Let's repair it. Your engineers catalog the Ringworld. They discover what's left of a municipal hub as well as the notes of the lead architect, one Tani Cavalcanti. Since the failure of Mars and Venus's urban projects, life in space has been cramped and punishing. I was thrilled when the League accepted my proposal for a joint project with the Galileo Institute. The Ring World will redefine spacefaring life. So this was a temple to cooperation. We can get some diplomacy. They were naive and failed. Some military. Regardless of their intentions, the engineering is remarkable, plus 3 to technology. We'll take the technology bonus, I think. Vincent Scrooge found a lost heirloom of House Cunningham. A criminal is offered to sell him an heirloom stolen from House Cunningham. The thief doesn't know the item's true value and is offering it at a very low price. What are your orders? Buy it and sell it at a profit. Buy it and return it to the rightful owners. Report the thief. Help local peacekeepers apprehend them. We'll buy it, return it to the rightful owners. Archon Conley is thankful for getting his heirlooms back. Vincent Scrooge has no issues acquiring the heirloom or returning it to its rightful owner, but the thief is still at large. Withdraw the Necropolis to reflect on your realm's prosperity. Perhaps the Necropolis's wisdom can aid you. Study the databanks for their administrative policies, or we can just say, never mind. Sure, we'll study the databanks. We found out that negotiator Finn Ian Morton performed taboo genetic experiments on commoners. Okay. The Cunningham's doing weird experiments. An asteroid field within your domain contains the raw material necessary to create the super material nanoweave. So we can do that again. We've had this before. Your sister shows you a couple of technical sketches. It should be enough to set of protective gear or improved insulation on one of our colonies. However, we're not certain our individual equipment is capable of such an ambitious project. Begin mining. Improve the machines then. That's interesting. Can we retrofit our military vessels? Huh. There's a chance it fails, but it's only 4%. Yeah, let's just mine it. Successfully mine the material. As the material is fed into the nanoweave printer, your sister presents you once more with the technical sketches. Create a protective suit for yourself. So she gets 10 security and military. Create a unique set of garments. We become more famous. So everyone in the immediate family becomes a bit more famous. That'll help us get bloodline points too, I think. Yeah, let's do that. You create a unique and highly sought after set of nano-weave garments. You gifted 3 pieces to worthy members of your house. Okay. Daughter-in-law's health is recovered. We probably want to do something about the relationship up here, because she does not like us very much at the moment. So I think we might have to pull somebody off of what they're doing. Is anybody free? With the Conleys currently. The Burks. Blackwell. Yeah, I don't think we need to be doing that. Timothy, we'll have you do that. I'm going to have you act through agents, though, because of the whole ride-along outbreak thing. Just out of curiosity, your whole situation. Yeah, no interest. We could potentially try to flip some people, so like we could go to the Floyds, for example. Yeah, they aren't interested in flipping sides, even if we threaten them. My sister-in-law is dead. Rosalind has died. Just some child policy issues out there. The Shoba we could still give away. This we might want to look at trying to incorporate. I think that's what we're going to do here in a moment. We did pick up Arcab, which I think we'll just give away. So she was deposed. Anything else crazy going on? It's kind of hard to tell. There's so much stuff going on. New person inherited. How do you... Yeah, you're fine. Marriage out there. Okay. We could give away Arcab. The Lindsay's adopted someone. New diplomacy stuff going on. Don't clear the list. Not open up the menu. Down here. Yeah, the lens, just personal relationships I really don't care about. Oh, they are still part of the lens. Okay. I thought they broke away, but instead they're just breaking away. They're still inside the lens. We could still try. Yeah, not interested. If I went to the lens directly, there's no way they're going to agree. They've got vassals under them. There's no way that they're interested in doing that. Yeah, I thought they had broken away separately and were independent. Not the case. You guys, kind of same thing. I don't think they would be liable to want to join voluntarily anyway. What's going on? Nicola. We need to appoint a guardian for Nicola, my grandson. I might do that myself. Yeah, I'll personally be his guardian. I've kind of been saving that spot by refusing other people. 94 Aquiari is here, so kind of weak. Yeah, Linz, attack us. It'll go really well for you. Could rebuild a colony. I don't know that I need to be doing quite so many quell and rests. Just out of curiosity, that's at 70. It is going down. Beta Virginus, it's 53. That's still a bit high. I think mostly we're doing stuff up out this direction. Oh, it's all the way down to 29 now up here. That's at 71. It is going up even though we're quelling unrest. Yeah, I would have sworn this was really high. We could go ahead and stop that. Since it's under 30. Then I've got to go down here. Yeah, LG EBA. Can we look here and see? Yeah, we can look here. Settle Melik. Yeah, they're all pretty high. I wish I could just see at a glance unrest as well. There's got to be someplace up here that's bad. So we have the option of sort of keeping that under control a bit more. Themon's not great. There's quite a few that aren't good, but they're not reaching to the point where it's like an urgent issue. Like they should be able to handle this themselves, and we have some things built that are reducing unrest within a certain distance of different places like synthol plants and that kind of stuff. That's a bit high at 70. Even Mirzam, why is Mirzam so high? You lost your intergalactic marketplace? How did that happen? I mean, that's kind of worth building. Just increases wealth quite a bit. I don't really have anybody who is available who can do a quick job at this. Chill can do it. He's free, but he's 8 turns. Here's all my construction people. So you're monitoring vassals. Fine. Communication hub, rebuilding fleet. We could stop that temporarily. Yeah, let's do that. Get that marketplace up and running so we're just making more money, because it helps increase money for everything within 6 jumps, basically. Money situation is generally good. I mean, more would be better, of course. Yeah, we're doing better now. So our administration's gone up. Tech is very high. Diplomacy is very good. Military should be getting better. How's your stat getting? It's not very high. It's only 33. He should be increasing because he's the head of the military. I thought he actually had like a 40. Weird. Head of our security division also not really increasing, it seems. She's sick though. We might want to do something about that. Do we have enough actions? Yeah, we do. Let's do medical attention, and I will pull my sister off again to treat you. There's a chance to just naturally heal anyway because of our high tech. But Yeah, 64% chance of being healed every turn. Only 0.6 chance of someone getting hurt, sick. We're doing pretty well, but I feel like my military could be stronger. DeCrux, how is our military doing since we just pulled off rebuilding? We're at 218. I feel like we were at 200 the last time I checked this multiple turns ago. Just not going up very much, even with us putting effort into rebuilding. We could have Chill do that, maybe. Rebuild fleet. It's mainly an administration job, though. He's not bad. Let's have him do it. Work on rebuilding the fleet. So somebody's doing it. It's a 40% bonus. So we don't have anybody else free. We're fine for vassals. I think so. We'll wait a bit, and then we might rebuild as we get more money. Alcyone might be my priority, and then after that, Rotnev. Getting those two back up and running would give me 2 more. We're at 53. That would get me to 55. Then we just need a little bit more to win. But yeah, the tech thing doesn't seem like it's really going anywhere. Which is interesting. I was hoping that that would become a thing. Wait, we have control of Arcab now, don't we? Wait a minute. Let's see. Weirdly, I do have control of this, so it does have the terraforming ship on it. I've got some actions, but not a lot. Are there any special actions now that I have it? Just the scrap. Just being very careful to check. Yeah, nothing there. The only thing I can do with the terraforming ship is scrap it, and I think that just ends the quest line. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Weird. So I do have Arcab we can give away and Desheba we can give away as these little outlying territories. But yeah, interesting that we did end up with Arcab. I might have to look up online and see what we have to do to progress that story. I felt like it had to be just quest stuff related to the events, but I'm not sure. Anyway, that's going to do it for today. We've expanded a bit. We're this big giant blob all over the place. We don't need that many more systems to win the game, actually, but I'd like to do the tech thing, but I don't think we're going to get a chance. Anyway, this has been more of Star Dynasties. I've been Disturbing Puppet. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Until then, have a good one.